Okay. Now we get to start the game. Oh, my mic's hella far. Forgot about that. So I've seen no content on the Stanley Parable since the original one came out. Hello, monkey. I haven't seen any information about this since the game originally came out, and now they've come out with a bunch of new endings. I've been purposely not watching any content on it. Now we get to play it. I don't remember like anything, so this might be fun. But I don't want to skip it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
My name's Good Monkey. What about yours? And yes, Crack, you are correct.
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
The real question is, what was he getting paid?
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
It's gonna be great playing and streaming this
And then
game too.
one
Dude,
day,
it's such a fun
something very
game.
peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
An hour to
No
do
one
that.
had showed up
It
to
is
give him
addictive.
instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
The sensitivity is so high. Wait a second. Controls. Okay, I cannot change the sensitivity. Oh wait, camera sensitivity. We'll put it there. Hey, this is me. Okay, so I don't know a lot about the game. I don't remember a lot of it, but I feel like we've got to do the like one standard run of going through and following every instruction and one standard run of going through and not following any instructions, and then we'll go from there. So the first two runs are going to be standard runs.
All of his
Thank you for the
coworkers were
contribution.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bro, it's so like dystopian with all the numbers.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I have to listen the first run. That computer is like super bright. Oh my goodness. Void. We're just in a void. We work in a void.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Hit E on the PC with a passcode. You have to do it a lot of times. I feel like I've heard that one. I've heard there's like an achievement for it. Room closet. Go down?
Coming to a staircase,
upstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's so hard to follow the instructions because I know it's so much funnier if you don't. It is? Hell yeah. Hello, boss. Why is the ceiling
Stepping
so
into
high?
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
What really
What
happened is
could
he
not
just
have
came in
known
on a Saturday,
was
I
that
bet.
the keypad behind the boss's desk
Look at the
guarded
boss's
the
PC.
terrible truth that
He
his
doesn't have a
boss
computer.
had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
There's no PC. Oh, it's part of the new? Okay. So, 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
It's terrifying. The music changed too. It's part of the old one? Oh. It didn't tell me to do that, so I can't do that. It's so dark in here. I literally can't see. Am I supposed to do this? Luna, quiet. Luna. Hey! Come here. Sit. Sit. You gotta be quiet. There we go. Okay, so like, do I just like feel my way around here? No, there's nothing in here. Oh, okay, I pressed it a million times and it even made the noise. It just didn't count. Okay. And like I was sitting there spamming the button. I guess I wasn't fully in it, maybe.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Peculiar?
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
He never cared about his
This
job.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, that's super safe. You know, sparks just flying as I get out of the
Stanley walked
elevator.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That's like written in crayon. Bonk?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Bum bum bum. What if I just kill myself? I can't jump.
Now,
Why
the
does sparks
monitors
fly when
come
you
to
do that?
life, their
Oh no,
true
someone was
nature
fired.
revealed. Each bore
Number
the
104
number
was
of an
fired.
employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
Bothers me
individuals
that those ones
reduced to
aren't
images
straight.
on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Those
where
ones.
freedom meant nothing.
Oh, there's another one that's fired. What do I do? Just keep going? Where's 427? Right there. Let's watch it. Switch again. Nothing going on.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Oh.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
Can I
to
be lifted
accept
up?
it blindly?
Nyum.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
Pirates?
own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh. Didn't like the dark.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Oh.
For he would dismantle
Those
the
numbered
controls
buttons, I
once
assume I
and
press them?
for all.
I saw 5 and 3. Okay. 1. 2. 3 was over there. Thank you for the contribution, monkey kid. There's 3. Where's 4? Where's 4? Because that one's 5. No. Where's 4? I can't find 4. The problem with these kinds of things is I'm super blind. It's dark, it is dark. The buttons are lit up though. Oh wait, the button number 4 is dark? No. Is it up? Oh, is it that? Okay. Wait, how do I get up there though? It's closed. Because I see that button, but I don't know how to get there. Did you hit 3? I did hit 3, I thought. I'll hit it again. Yeah? Oh, I wasn't hitting them with E. I was just hitting them with click. That just makes clicking noise. Oh, I got just 2 achievements. You can't jump, and I got my first achievement. We'll do that. Now, will it let me go up? No. But that looks like it's the button number 4 right there. It's definitely a button. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this one right now. What if I just hit 5? Nothing. I think I'm supposed to go in here and just turn it off, is what he wanted me to do.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if I just turn it on? I gotta listen. I gotta do what he says this first run. I have free will. I have gained sentience. We are free.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Wow.
Was it over?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Go behind it.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
He don't care. He's free now.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No
like
longer would anyone
right
tell
there.
him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
We're
it
like in
will
the
be
middle of the
his.
countryside.
And that was all he needed
Why is
to
there
know.
this giant office
It
building
was
in the middle of the
perhaps
countryside?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm trying. Let me go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Were they?
And Stanley was happy.
Are any of us truly happy? Achievement unlocked, beat the game. Okay. Cool, now we're gonna disobey everything he says.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
this
he had
one?
simply missed a memo.
No, not that one. That one? I can't click on that anymore. Ah. Which one's the one that needs to be pressed? Door on my right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Oh, I have to do that
Stanley
more
knew
times?
it
Oh,
perfectly
okay, I'll do
well.
that next run.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room
I'd like a
worth
cold drink,
admiring.
please.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Dude, if this was my
Stanley
break room, I
simply
can
stood
guarantee
here,
you I would trip
drinking
on
it
this
all
all the
in.
time. Nyum.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I know, that's why I'm saying I'll do it the next time. Like, I have a run since I already moved on.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he
Oh,
wasn't 5
you mean I
years
have to
ago.
click it each run. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't hear what you told me to do.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone.
Just straight up
What
killed
could it mean?
myself.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This one? It's gone now. Oh wait, this one. Whoa. Nyum. We gotta keep disobeying him though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Number one,
this
Dad.
room. What a
Number one,
beautiful
Mom.
room.
Wait,
What
what's
a
that one say?
gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour
Be my
on his way to the
Valentine.
meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was
Coffee
now
night.
too horrible. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Oh my god, my lungs hurt.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Ooh, can I
I'm
jump
not
on
your
this?
enemy, really.
Looks like it's gonna lift me up.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have
Danger
zero
everywhere.
consideration for others? Are you
Yeah.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah.
Why, I don't know how to
Would.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Do not stand on this side of the fence. Oops.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
Yes.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Okay, I wasn't.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken
So
rooms,
big.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
When did I
and
ask?
in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with
Make
me?
it
You
an
give me
FPS.
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I got you.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were
What if
before.
I just don't
Go
do it?
ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, you can't escape.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yeah.
That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. The roof is all messed up. Worldwide leaderboard. What? Somebody finished it in 2 seconds? My, like, bajillionth. I'm ranked 9,328th out of 9,328 players.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I mean, I probably would, but let's do it.
Up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Both.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Is this the Minecraft
Yes.
ending? I
This
remember the
seems like
Minecraft
it'll work.
ending.
Let's give it a shot.
Oh, it's not the Minecraft ending. Oh, what the heck?
Fascinating. What do you
What
think
is
this
this
game is
game?
about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
This looks cool as fuck.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
Maybe not.
Perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's
It's got
venture
the cool
outward
essence.
and see what else is out there.
Oh. This game does look cool. What game is this? Propane. Oh, there's no hitbox there. Oh, on either side.
No, it can't be.
Can't be what?
It is. It's an open world game.
Ooh.
Good God, quickly block it off.
No! No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Ha!
We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
Oh, we're still in the woods.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Okay.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket
Wonderful.
League!
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you
But I'm
to
supposed
run
to be
around
in a
There
car.
isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Is there a way to get out?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports ball.
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Whoa! Bonk! having a great time. Oh no, am I gonna miss? Oh my goodness, I suck.
Are you doing it?
Hold
Hold
Oh.
on. What are you doing?
I don't know. Whoa.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Problem is everything's dark. I can't. Oh. What? 509. This is creepy. But I can't see anything. I'm too blind for this. No, that's not open? Okay. Where do I go? Oh, that's the light. Are these like bullet holes? No, it's just falling apart. Hey, that's my office. We've come full circle. Now what? What do you want me to do? Oh, there's CCTV in there, but I don't think I can get in there. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
So does he just
He'll
slowly die in
understand
there?
soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Not ominous at all.
I can wait.
Damn. Was that an ending? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No,
What
not
could it
this
mean?
room.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Which one needs the input? Wait. Was it in the last room?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No? I want to try going through.
When Stanley came to a
What the
set
heck are
of
you playing?
two
The
open
Stanley
doors,
Parable.
he entered the door on his
You have a
left.
narrator that tells you what to do, and there's like a bunch of different endings depending on what instructions you follow and what instructions you don't. So we just went through and we did one run where we did everything following what he said, and then one run where we did nothing that he said, and now we just get to go and screw around and do other things. It's super funny though, the narrator gets so mad at you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
lot
of
of percent.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
Teenagers.
to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Nyum. What if I go downstairs?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. Someone was living down there.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would
it
think
just
he
a
was
loop?
crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
They wanted to get away from
None
him.
of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
He is a good
For
narrator.
example, Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Bro,
down?
you got a point. I don't
Why
see
did
my
doors
feet.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I think he
And
still
he thought
is.
to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so
Whoa.
much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
it's actually really
How
pretty.
was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything
the
that
fourth
I'm
wall.
doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
The music's
How could
getting
it be?
very intense.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh,
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
oh
The
there's still
fresh
sounds
air
of
the
doors and
world
things if I
outside
move.
this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All
He's
I
married?
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Are you though? And he's still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
it's all
just
red.
someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went
Jesus
black.
Christ, this is stressing me out.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh,
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
coming down from a drug
But on
trip,
this
yeah.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
So he
This
was
much
in
she
the streets
knew.
just going
Everyone
crazy.
knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Just ran? She ran in heels? Didn't even call the ambulance?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What does that mean? I don't know where that computer is that I'm supposed to be putting inputs in. Okay, so I kind of want to go all the way through, like, following his instructions up until the end where it had, like, a little thing at the side that you could escape through. I kind of want to do that and see what happens
When
if we try to
Stanley
escape.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nyong.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
What if I don't? There's got to be a reason to let me in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
You ain't in
No
charge of me.
reason to still be here.
What if I like the broom closet? It's got a nice little hum that could put me to bed.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck all.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Why not?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I just like it. The hum is very comforting, okay?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
It's obviously got some significance if it's pissing you off.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
My friends are always concerned about me, to be fair.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
This is what we've come to now.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Nobody's home.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Luna,
They
I'm
have fallen
dead.
prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
She don't even care.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure
I thought
they
you would like it,
understand
Miller.
basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is that it? Will it not say anything else? Is that it? Damn.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, there it is. So the computers are really just fucking everywhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet.
What?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And we bonk it. We're gonna see what happens if we go through that escape door.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Right
through
here.
the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Perfect. Exactly how I want to go. You gotta have a cool
The door
death, or what's
behind
the
him
point?
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
Yep.
and willingly confront his death.
Yep, it's about time. 22 years is 22 too many. Bonk. That wasn't so violent. I'm fine.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Ooh, I'm gonna be
demise,
crushed.
he reflected that his life
It's
had
gonna
been
be
of
like
no
that book,
consequence
Flat
whatsoever.
Stanley.
Stanley can't
Bro,
see
I
the
read
bigger
Flat
picture.
Stanley when I was
he
a
doesn't
kid.
know the real story.
This
Trapped
is
forever in
Flat
his narrow
Stanley's
vision
origin
of what
story.
this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end.
He
to
could
his
totally
brief
like
and
jump
shallow
out
life.
and has just chosen not to.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. This is, in a way, an escape. Oh, I'm fine.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed
okay.
every bone in his body, killing
There's
him
no jumping,
instantly.
I know. But I'm saying, like, him himself. Ooh. We get out. I was just ready to die, okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Murder. What is this? Oh my goodness.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless,
Oh my God, there's a little
making
map.
life the same. Do you see now?
This is great.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit
Ha.
start?
Emotionally dead. Nature paintings. Yeah, these are put around. This is hilarious. The Office. Oh yeah, the buttons. But the problem was I couldn't reach that button 4 in that other room. What's in here? Maintenance room. Money? How do I get the money? I want the money. I want a money ending. From Montgomery from Anthony Elias. Partner, I am Anthony Elias, business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent to you if you are interested. I have a question for you, sir. And it is, what is your message for today? Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. There's so much to explore in here. Oh my goodness. You gotta stop watching because you want to play. Miller, you haven't even played the 3 games that I let you borrow. Game design mock-up. But that's like all like destroyed. This This is super cool. Oh, is that the ending where I escaped? Yeah, freedom ending. Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
No, I wanted to die. I was trying to choose the death ending. I've already died once. Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, and now I get to die. Don't worry.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you
played
move
Overwatch
forward,
all
you'll be
weekend and you
walking
never
someone
once
else's
asked me to
path.
play?
Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
No.
Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I like how it was like, please just close the game. Close the video game and you will not die. Please, I'm begging you.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started.
Oh.
And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Yeah, instead of the fucking void. Okay, there was another thing I wanted to do where all the way at the end when we go through the whole mind control facility thing, there was a button for on or off and we had to turn it off because that's what he told us to do. I want to go through and turn it on. I immediately forgot the code in the boss's office again. I can't remember that code for the life of me. I'm horrible with numbers.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
We've done this
he
a few
entered the
times,
door on his
narrator.
left.
I'm just trying to get a different ending. Let's see.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
And then
of
we'll do some of the
disbelief,
ones by not
Stanley
following
decided
his
to go up to his
instructions.
boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh! Okay, wait, I want to do this. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would be... What a life it would be to have to pick just one. What can I do in here? Nothing? Nothing? He doesn't say anything? Okay. I thought there would be something more interesting in there. Oh. What's this one? Where are we going? This is some jamming music. It's about the extent of dancing I can do. Am I just stuck in here infinitely? How far down am I going? Or how long does this elevator take? Jesus. Oh. Okay. No, that just put me back because I gave up on it. Why won't it go down? Am I supposed to go up? Why was it making noise for so long if it wasn't working? Okay, so the elevator just don't work? It's making noise and shaking like it's moving. Okay. Okay, we'll move on. That elevator don't work.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
A full hour?
But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it.
Keep forgetting it.
2845. Statistically, near yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And down we go. I wonder what happens like when you're about to be crushed. What if you actually do close the game? Does it say anything to you? Like when you reopen it, obviously.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I've been through this. I just want to be able to press on and see what happens.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
it's coming.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Let's see. Bonk.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
I wonder if they're all
the
unique.
lives of so many individuals reduced
Or if there's
to
like
images
copies,
on a screen.
like copy-pasted.
And
Yeah, there's
Stanley,
definitely copies.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
But you got paid for it.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Dude, imagine actively
Walking,
making your employees
eating,
sad.
working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
I did, multiple
I'm
times.
afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Good.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Cool.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things
What
a
if
little
I
more fun,
want to
isn't
let it?
Stanley?
I want to let it
It's
explode.
your time to shine. You are
Oh,
the
is this
star.
where I go press
It's
the buttons
your
1, 2, 3,
story
4,
now.
5?
Shape it to your heart's desires.
No, I kinda wanna
This
just
is
let it
much
happen.
Better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
What are we?
I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yes.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
No, I want them all dead too.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Oh.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
But I
let
have a
the
wife,
office
you
sink into the
said.
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Oh.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching
agree.
you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
I'm sure.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some
No.
extra time on
I
the
want it
clock.
to
Why
explode.
not?
Stop.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning
I have
it
not
off?
moved.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button.
I have not.
Screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Nope.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door.
Nope.
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
To suffer.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
At least I have cool
You're only
countdown
still
music.
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
That's only fair.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
I'm watching.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
I'll let it go.
Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Bye-bye.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Where's
What
the
could it mean?
next computer?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
There's one
Perhaps
more
he had simply
instance.
missed
I
a
think I
memo.
have to press it. No. I wonder where that last computer is. Ooh, new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh. I don't know. What does it mean, Mr. Narrator?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
This is really in
After
2013.
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Ultra Deluxe.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
What the heck?
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling
wanna
new
go that way.
Ultra Deluxe content.
Wait, I want to go this way. There's more track. Oh. I'm super worried.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning.
It's so
of an
deluxe you'd think it was a
mesmerizing
pizza.
adventure.
We're gonna go anywhere in this elevator?
Is it broken? What's going on here?
Why is
Should
there
we-
turf?
Should we be moving somewhere? Or,
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new
The narrator
content.
making
I've
fun
never
of the new
been
game.
more ready. Let's do it.
So, like, did I just unlock this by getting a certain amount of endings or something?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content.
Oh.
Give me the content, Stanley.
Aren't you supposed to give me the content? The
All
jump
right.
circle, but we can't
All right,
jump.
Let's see, it's the
Oh.
jump circle.
We can jump now. I feel like I'm playing Mario Odyssey. Deluxe jumps. Oh, I can't jump anymore because I'm out of jumps. Okay. I get nothing.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Is that supposed to be like a tutorial level to like show me how to jump, and it won't let me jump anymore?
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
Now my knees are
Is
sore.
this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
You think you could go through the whole
I could
dictionary
count
in
to
20
30
hours?
trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yeah.
What now?
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
It worked. A lot of
And
people
don't
bought
get
it.
me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What
Oh my God,
quality
it's
assurance
true.
department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended.
With the
and
missing
I
texture.
intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never
Click
have
on
lived
door
up to such
435
expectations.
times.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Okay.
What do you say, friend?
Okay. I didn't have a choice. Oh. This looks different. I hate Mondays. Is that the old office?
Psst. Stanley.
Okay, I really want to go in the
Come
vent.
over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
We're venting. This is a bit sus, don't you think?
Coffee nut. I hope no one sees me venting. Why did the vent change colors?
Okay,
It's like
you
pinkish
remember
now.
how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content
Totally
turned out to be.
non-suspicious
Well, it
vent,
got
yeah.
me thinking about
For it
the
to fall
past
off right
and
in front of
how
me.
much better the Stanley Parable used to
Bonk.
be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers
Whoa.
won't find it.
This is Dark
Just
Souls?
our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa!
I call it the Memory Zone.
This is
It's
pretty.
where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
I've always wanted a house like this. I love
Experiences
triangle
like the launch of the
houses.
Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
Yeah.
Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
Our
Back
first
then,
kiss,
it
my
all
first
meant
car, the
something.
release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Oh. Look how cute. Wait, is that a YouTube video? Firefox! I was gonna see if this was somebody's YouTube. I was seeing whose it was. Trip down memory lane. Oh, $1! It's impossible to get this achievement. That's cute. What the heck is that, though?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism.
Don't read any
10 out of
reviews
10
except this
from
one.
Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Yeah.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim.
Oh, I'm in water.
It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I don't think that was an hour of content in those elevators. Oh. It's Dark Souls, it's Genshin. Dude, it's The Sims. All the buttons. There's a smiley button. Can I go in here? Nope. My number is 29.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers
This is
some of
only
the
a
most
9 rating.
enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
No, a 9 out of
It
10
didn't
means a
need anything
90%,
else.
not
it
perfect.
didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
What? Repairing snake oil salesman? Something? Wait, how do I get back there? It opened the door, but I can't go. And how do I do it? What am I supposed to do? You can't jump, you can't grab and move the boxes. How do I go in? I'm confused.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Oh, I can go in here.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Still a vending machine. Oh!
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's
Oh,
a collection
no.
of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh, no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full
Play this
completion.
game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Is this a real review?
I'm trying to make a serious
Still
work
on the
of art.
page?
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't read them. I would love to actually just be able to read them. Oh, no. But that one's recommended.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to
I love
hold
that they
on
made
to.
people pay for an
These
expansion
black
where they
marks
just
on my
talk shit about their
otherwise
game.
unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Aww.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Uh-oh.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
Uh-oh.
Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you...
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
There's a
45...
clock. Watch the clock.
Stanley!
Yeah.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about...
Narrator? Narrator? Am I just gonna keep skipping till I die? What is that beeping? Oh, the fire alarm?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much. They...
Mr. Narrator.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
He's going crazy. How long has it been? Oh, jeez. Is that mold? Just keep skipping. It's daylight. How is Stanley not dead? Oh. Nature is restoring itself. Oh, where did all the nature go? It was so pretty for a moment there. Is the narrator dead? That's spooky. Whoa, it's tilted. And I can't press it anymore. Whoa. We dead as fuck. Where am I going? Mr. Narrator, I miss you. How far do I have to go away? What do I have to do? Oh. Is that it? I'm just back? Oh. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven? What? Oh, I can press buttons. What happens if I press every button? Do they stay off? Yeah. This would take so long to turn off every button. Is this all I'm supposed to be doing? This is gonna take forever. Spam. Spam and move along. Missing buttons. Is this just the button ending or what? Are they turning back on? Bro, they don't even stay off! What am I supposed to do? Now what? This is terrifying. Bro, you can't even turn off a whole row at the same time. So what do I do? I'm so confused. 1.5 more homework problems, you'll be done. Hell yeah. I don't know what to do with this ending. I'm gonna look it up real quick and see if there is a way out of this or if I'm just supposed to restart. I don't know what's going on. Yes, you do have to reset. Okay. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I've pressed so many buttons. Okay, and so now I can just go back to the heaven ending whenever.
All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it.
I'm clicking it so many times, Mr. Narrator.
50 clicks.
Give it to me.
No, really, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement
Just
to
get
have
it
meant
out.
something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where's 417? Out there? 417. 420.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437 was back here, wasn't it? No, this is up to 436. Okay. Neom. Oh, more new content. Wait, where's door? This is gonna close behind me. Where's 437? I want to make sure I'm not missing it. Because I feel like I'm missing it. Oh wait, 437's right there. I'm stupid.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Do I just have to keep going back and forth? 415, 415. I did, apparently, Epic. I'm blind as fuck.
Now, back to door number 437.
Just give me the achievement. 437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where's the copy machine?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I'm stupid. I went by 417. This one.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Where the fuck is 416? No. We continue on. This is so much. Where's 416? There's 415. And then 417. Can't go in there. Where the heck is 416? I don't want to go through that other door because it's going to lock me out. There's got to be some way to get in there. Those doors are open. 4B6? What? Okay, I'm gonna go nuts. Where the fuck is 416? Is this gonna lock me in?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
No, I want 416.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
No. There is no 416 before the door is not locked. Do I have to continue on? Ugh. It's gonna lock me in if I go that way. I'm gonna Google it. Oh, Ultra Deluxe is missing door 136. I mean 416, sorry. Oh, okay, so it's a bug. So the new content door is where 416 is. So we gotta go up to the boss's office and try to come
When
back.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh wait, I think I did it wrong. Here, wait. I think I did it wrong. I think it meant before that door closes. So it
All
makes
of his
sense 416
co-workers
is where
were
new
gone.
content is, yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley oh, please.
Okay, I gotta do this all again
Are you
because I
really
messed
just
up.
doing
Give me
this
one
for the
moment.
achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yeah.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20
clicking.
times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I'm clicking.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will
Gotta
do.
click it 50
Yes,
times
almost
again.
certainly 50 clicks.
It's so much clicking.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yeah. 420.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
It just makes you go back and forth.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Wow.
Now, back to door number 437.
At least we know what we're doing this time.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
We're doing it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, it won't let me on this time. Ooh. Let me up. Whoa. Last time it let me on instantly. Come on. There we go.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Okay. So I think it's saying this door we have to like No?
When Stanley
No,
came
okay,
to
so
a
it does
set
say
of
go to
2
the
open
boss's office
doors,
and try to
he entered
backtrack.
the door on his left.
So let's see if I can do that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Trying to get a bugged
Stanley
achievement.
decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, wait. Which door? Get out before the doors close behind you. Is this door closed? No. Oh wait, yeah, that one does. I think it means this door though.
Stepping into his manager's
No,
office,
it almost let me in. Fuck. I have to do that. I almost did it. I got one door to stay open.
all of his co-workers. Oh,
Wrecked.
please.
Dude, it's so
Are you
difficult.
really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
I think just finish your homework.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say
I'm clicking
that's
so many
the kind of
times.
effort that warrants recognition.
If I do the button instead. You're not my dad.
I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Oh, I wish it didn't mess up this last time.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Yeah. And then after that, I can finally go see the new content.
Now, back to door number
The
437.
new content. The last new content wasn't that great. Okay.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Are we, Mr. Narrator?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now let's see if I can do it properly. The glitched way, I should say.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let's do it like this way. I did it. Whew. Nyom. We did it this time. Okay, 416. Said it should be that door now. There we go.
We've almost got it! Now
so
the
you
copy
think.
machine, do that one again!
And where was the copy machine? The next room. Epic, I'm doing it.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door. Yes! We did it!
I got the achievement.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back.
I know, I had to
Yes, I'm
glitch
very
it to do
proud
it.
of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now. What were you
I was
thinking?
reading the achievement description. Okay, we gotta restart so I can actually do the new content.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
You want me to go look?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
For now. Okay, what's the new content? Did you add more?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh, there's door 416. It was in here. I didn't have to do it the glitched way. But it worked the glitched way. Why did Reddit lie to me? Oh, I think the reason you have to do it the glitched way is because I think when you come in that new content door, it closes.
On the Stanley parable,
So it still wouldn't
and
have worked
about
'cause you have to go
how roundly
back.
disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned
Sorry.
out to be. The original Stanley
So I think you still have to
parable
do it the
was a
glitched way.
landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Do you now?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Cool. What? The end is never the end again. 427.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Okay. Looks like a very expensive building.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
Color red.
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh, there's little art. Right brain.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Is it? They just wrote the number 2 in a bunch of just weird ways. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Oh, it's the prequel? But then it says it's the sequel. New features, like jumping? Oh, in the bus, or do I go sit in a chair? No, I can't sit in a chair. Oh, I go this way? Expo hall. It's a very fancy building y'all got here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out
there's
some of
merch.
the new features.
I saw the new content. This is the best new feature. Oh, this t-shirt is the best new feature. Oh, the button says the name of the player that is playing the game. Where? Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name
Thanks,
Jim.
Indignation
But of
Judgment,
course,
for
in
the
final
follow.
game, this
Yes, my
button
name
will
is
say
Jim now.
your
Only
name,
refer to me
whatever
as Jim,
name that
guys.
is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience.
It
of
is
this
a Jim
feature.
stream now.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Why can't Jim get his stuff together?
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes, I am Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
It said my name,
You
guys.
see? What a thrill!
Guys,
what a
the
rush.
button
That
said
was
my
you.
name.
The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Oh my goodness.
It hits
How
even
does it know?
harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
You sure?
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
How's everybody doing? My name is Jim. Nice to meet you. Do I have to go back out, or? This has never been done in video games before. Nope. It's the first time it's ever gotten my name right, guys. What is this? Is this just void? Oh, I thought I walked out of it. I thought I was gonna try to say like my Steam handle.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim
What if you have
to
more
play the
personal
Stanley
validation
Parable
from the
2.
button?
That would
I
actually
love
save me the
personal
work of
validation. I
finishing
would
this
love it.
feature.
That too is bothering me. Oh, but it's got a little smiley face. How can you be mad? I love when games just make me feel good about
An
myself.
epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the,
Is that me?
Well, we'll figure that out later.
I look so sad. Oh, free and easy achievement. Let me in. Let me get the achievement. I want it. It just works. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yeah. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been
At least the button
uproariously
works
demanding
true.
this feature.
I got one
Gamers,
feature right.
we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give me the achievement. There's literally an achievement that says, what was it? It was test achievement, please ignore. And then the description is test achievement description, replace this. And the picture is the missing texture. I want it.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's up here? Can you find them, the collectibles? Collect them all. Oh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
That's pretty.
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
I know, exactly,
and
Epic.
What's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect
Well,
all
why
of them,
is there, like,
and then you
bodies?
move the hell on with your
I
unremarkable
hate this.
life.
I love it. I wonder if they actually put
God,
6
it
of
really
them.
is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, the worst. I hate being rewarded for my efforts.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration.
Like balloons?
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you
Step-niece.
go with?
Step-niece for sure. It's more
You know,
colorful.
sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Okay, fucker. Can I? Alright, can't
Or
go this
actually,
way.
maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay, what else? What else we got of the new content? The reassurance bucket? Well, we know I like reassurance.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable
Bucket, just
was
pick it
that
up.
it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Where's the bucket?
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Oh,
It's true.
Give me the bucket!
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal.
Give me the bucket.
And perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Give it to me.
Give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I am the new and improved Jim.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await
I wanna take
you
the bucket.
in the Stanley Parable 2.
Give me it back. I want it. My bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Where else have we not gone? The infinite hole? I want to go in an infinite hole. With my bucket. Over there? No screenshots. Oh, this is the balloon one, yeah. Infinite hole is down here. I don't even remember what my button is for screenshots in Steam. Surrounding area. Okay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning
F12 if I
leap
haven't
forward for
changed
video
it.
games is immediate.
Yes. Neom. Bye-bye.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great!
Oh.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. Is there anything else over here? No. It's kind of a weird direction the game took. I still have my bucket though. I didn't lose it in the infinite hole. Okay, so we did the infinite hole. I'm being too much for sitting in the hole for an unreasonable amount of time. There's only 11 achievements in the game. And one of them is don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. So... What's that one? Oh yeah, the jump circle. We did this.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh, I didn't know that the jump circle was all of the jumps you were allowed. Okay, what? Should we just exit? What did we miss? We've done everything except for the hashtag. The settings achievement. Which is where? Wait. I don't know how to read maps. I'm not very good at that. Okay, so we're here. So maybe in the next room. You used them all? Well, it said jump circle and it said remaining jumps 36. So I jumped. I took a screenshot. Is it this one? No, that's the decorations. I don't know where that map was saying that this thingy is. In here? That's the epilogue. Okay, well let's try to go out the exit. Neom. Oh look, in the player's mind is Stanley. Okay, wait. The exit's actually not open. Okay, so do I have to do that? Okay, so I am where 5 is. I need to get where hashtag is, because the hashtag is settings world champion. But let's see. See his merch. So it's parallel to merch. Which means it should be right here. But this is the balloons. This bucket is making a lot of noise. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, is it just this? Screenshotted it? Now what? How do I get out? Because I can't go through that exit. I was like upstairs. How do I get back upstairs? It was near where the free achievement was. Right there. Oh, settings world champions up. There we go. Why can't I go in there though? Ugh. We've done everything. I'm so confused. The narrator will reset the game with the additional items once I've seen everything. But I feel like I've gone in everything. Oh wait, can I actually scan that QR code? Let's see. Does this QR code work? StanleyParable2.com. It just has like a little video and then it says, "Thanks for stopping by, enjoy the rest of the exhibit." Yeah, I don't know. I've looked at everything, so I don't know what it wants me to do. Like, what if I just screenshot? Like, that doesn't do anything. I've already done this.
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Yeah, I did the free achievement. That's the infinite hole. Maybe because I didn't have any jumps for the jump circle? But, like, the only room it didn't let me go in was that, settings world champion. I don't know what it would want me to do with that. Like, I already did this. Yeah, I can't do anything with the door. I got the collectible. Did that. Went to merch. Did the reassurance button. If I tried opening my settings in front of that? Ooh, that's a smart idea. Let's try that. Nothing. Did I exhaust the button? I pressed like every button. I'm just confused. Because I feel like I've done everything. I don't know what else it wants me to do. Oh, the gym button. Oh, am I supposed to keep hitting the gym button? Where was that? That was on the other side. Let's go keep pressing the button that says my name. Over there. Meow. Yeah, because all of these doors wouldn't open. I tried all of them. Can I press any of these? Nope. Really milk the personal validation. That's why I have the reassurance bucket. Can I open any of these? Nope.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
You have to adjust every setting
I'm
between the
putting
minimum and the
gym
max.
button away.
Oh.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
It's kind of a weird one, Ethic. I'll go try it. What sucks too is there's no run in this game, so I have to like keep like just leisurely walking everywhere. Oh, I don't have to be at the settings door to do it? Okay. Then go back to the...
This is the
Oh. Did that work? You sent me the link where? I did not get it. Oh, you mean on phone? Let's see. Set all the setting sliders in the menu to all available numbers. What? You have to change everything. Okay, let's see. It says that you have to like click for all of them. This is gonna be a lot of clicking. Oops. I didn't do this one. Says that it has to be clicked on each one. You can't drag it. Enable other settings like subtitles. Yeah, I saw that. I have subtitles on. Oops. It's gonna take forever. Oops, did I go all the way down to 0? There you go.
This is the story of a man.
Oh, I was like, did I do it? Did not.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Well, that one went through all the numbers. I don't know why I was holding it all the way down and all the way up. If I did it all the way down, it should be good enough. Bam, ba-dam, bam, bam, bam. It just takes forever. That one doesn't have any. Did that work? No? What else do I have to do? I did look at the article. I did what the article told me to. It says it wants you to do like every... Bro, that'd be so annoying. Oh. How can you even like do this like that? Said if you click and hold. They said that for D-pad, which skips some, yeah. It's gonna be obnoxious about it. Did I do the translation slider? I did. I opened it and everything, and I did it all. Like that one, yeah, I did that. One second, my phone's glitching out. Okay, that one's done. Nope, it didn't click. I'm doing it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is so much clicking.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This just takes so long to do if this is the proper way. I think this is the last one, but if I don't get it, then I'm just confused. Okay, well, we've clicked through absolutely everything. All of the sliders. Every single one of them's. So I just don't understand. What if I try clicking on the door now? I've done it all. No. You may also have to toggle the different language modes to see the sliders in every different language. Cycle through the languages. Okay, let's see. There we go, I got it. Okay, about frickin' time. I still can't go in the door though. What do I do now though? Oh, there we go.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion Achievement. Well done.
Oh my god, they used a
You've
meme.
experienced every setting. Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen.
Congratulations,
So,
World Champion.
Just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, now what? Now we've definitely done everything. Do I have to put the bucket back? Maybe it's a problem that I still have the bucket? It's just so confusing. I've done everything. Luna, quiet. Luna, come here. I can't even put it back, so it can't be that. I'm so lost. I've done everything in the Stanley Parable 2. What do you want from me, narrator? I even like went through this whole map and looked at everything. Where was it? Right there. Okay, so we went to Jump Circle. We're at this map. We did the free achievement. The button that says the name, it named me Jim. I've been to merch, but you can't interact with anything. We did the World Champion. We did the Reassurance Bucket. We did Office Decorations. We did Epilogues, Collectibles, and Infinite Hole. And then E is Exit, which it wouldn't let me go through the exit. Because the exit's blocked. It's that way. I guess we go back to merch, see if there's anything at merch. It says once you complete this area successfully, the narrator will reset the game for you. And he has not. Thanks, Bobtooth, for the follow. It's a fun name. I am completely stuck and I have no idea what's going on, but you know, we're having fun. Welcome to Stanley. No, this is Stanley 2. This is the Stanley Parable 2. But I don't know how to get out. I've done every single thing it wanted. What if I just stay in the infinite hole for longer? Does anything happen if you stay in it for longer? I'm like out of options here. I'm just confused. The skip button. I did do the skip button ending already. In the desert and everything. Okay, does anything happen if I just stay in here for longer?
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again?
If you left the hole too
I don't know what
fast,
else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite
I don't know what that
hole.
one is, Bobtooth.
It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again, so we can get back to what's really important about...
Oh!
Oh, goodness.
So I guess I did leave it too
This
fast.
is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would
all
actually
these
stay in the
cigarettes
hole
down here.
long enough to hit the bottom.
Every
Yes, I
boss fights
know,
from
I
the
told
world
you the
too.
hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to
That's a
fall
song.
forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little
I'm
heated
always the
there.
problem.
I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind
There, he's
us
seeing
and
us
agree
inside
to
the story.
just
He has
call the
worked so
hole
hard on it for Stanley.
mostly
All this
infinite?
new content.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
What if I don't?
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
What if I don't? What if I like being down here? I'm gonna name every single one of these. They are all my friends. No? Nothing else happens? Okay. Okay, well now what? I got more content there. Oh, he changed it to say mostly infinite hole. False advertising. Do I have to like revisit other rooms too? Because that one even said you're back in the hole again. Like, what happens if I go here again? They've just given me a huge open area and not a lot of instruction. Nope, still don't work. Yeah, Bobtooth, the narrator, got pissed because literally my third run-through, I did like one run-through where I followed every instruction and one where I didn't, and then the third run-through I just killed myself. So there are more collectibles in here. Nope, it's just dark. Okay. Like, the exit is still blocked. What do you want from me? Oh, wait. Is it open now? It's open over here. Oh, geez. Thank you. Lets me out. Is that my dog? Something vibrated on my desk. That scared the heck out of me.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes. Thank you for finally freaking opening it. That's creepy. New mug. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent
It's not really
video
clear
game,
at all,
but
sir.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good
Oh.
game in there somewhere.
So wholesome.
Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. How do I get down there? Is it just the balloons, the collectibles, and the button?
Well, I mean,
there's
there's,
the achievement.
potential here, right? It's sort of...
It's got the
okay,
hole.
never mind. Hold on. Let me do a
Oh, there's the bucket at the top. Oh,
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
I'm glad
Here
you
we
do,
go.
buddy.
Version 2.
oh. The hole is
Who am I
bigger.
kidding,
And it
Stanley?
has the jump circle.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Oh,
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the
Oh,
original Stanley Parable
that's me.
and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Of course.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
oh. Now we get to try all the new features? Oh. What if we just quit to desktop here? This is a cool opening, though, to be fair, but it looks very ominous. Oh, wait, did he put the thing in for bumpscosity? Yeah, he did! What if I do everyone on that?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a
got the
company in a
balloons.
big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Finally finished the
He sat at
homework.
his desk in
As soon as I
room
finish this
427,
this
and
run,
he
then
pushed
I'll switch over to
buttons
Battle Block
on
with
the
you, Epic.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to
I want to see if
push,
they implement any
how
of the
long
other
to push them,
features.
and in what order.
Or if it was just the balloons
This
in that
is what
opening.
employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the
Nothing
orders
else?
came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley Parable 2.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him
They
instructions,
got to get well someday.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete
Oh, it still has my
isolation.
awaiting input on that
Something
one too.
was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of
So
his
now is it
co-workers
just like a
were
normal
gone.
run, but it's
What
got
could
all
it
these
mean?
items?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
The
memo.
bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
What do I do with it? Why is that one in a box? I just want to go through with this bucket. Oh, 416 is back. It doesn't have the new content.
Stanley clutched the
I'm
bucket
gonna
tightly to
not
his chest.
follow his
This
instructions.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
There's
Had the bucket
different-
turned
there's
out to be
different
correct? Was this better than the
lines.
meeting room? Yes. No, never mind. The bucket was
I
wrong.
moved on too fast, sorry.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
I
else.
didn't know it would be like
the
this.
Cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay, bucket.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
Last time I
Stanley
jumped
chose
off and
not
went
to
that
think
way.
about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay. Nyong.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This one's the dark room. Do as the bucket's commands. Yes. I love that Rick and Morty meme. I do as the crystal guides. Oh. Okay.
Now pick up the phone.
Big loud.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once
Where's
upon
my
a
bucket?
time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Where did my bucket go? Is this my home? My bucket! It's me, your bucket. Press U to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk
Where did it go?
and give
My
you
bucket.
orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Time to go home, bucket.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Why do I have to press random buttons each time?
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
You can put other things
It
than
doesn't
liquids
do
in the bucket.
Anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press G for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This
My
stupid
bucket is
hunk of
great.
metal.
Do not talk crap about it. Press Q to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice
It's a
shine.
very
to
pretty
it.
bucket. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press P to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware
watching
store
TV.
bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Yes. Press G to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular
Because
bucket?
it's my friend. Press V to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh,
Ah.
no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
What are we doing with the bucket?
would tell me what to do in
Why are
this
the candles in
troublesome
a frying
situation.
pan? What are we doing with this bucket? I feel like this is getting in a... Why is it midnight?
Stanley, give me the
No,
bucket.
it's my bucket.
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I
my
need
bucket.
it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
I closed my eyes. Go back to work, Stanley. Where's my bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone.
The bucket's
What
gone.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort
Give me that
rushed
bucket,
over him.
Stanley. It's mine. It's my bucket. I've done unspeakable things to the bucket. Oh, there's no more new content door.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
What
the
if we
door on
listen
his
to him
left.
this time?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I want to take the bucket all the way to the end. What if I go in here with the bucket? Does he say anything different?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't
No.
you? The aura of jealousy.
my
It's as
bucket.
clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
It's my bucket.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
It's my bucket.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order
me
to
the
get you to
bucket,
hand over the
Stanley.
bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends.
How dare!
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate
How
object
dare!
which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing
This
manner?
bucket is
Well,
my
I
best
never.
friend.
Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
You're just jealous 'cause you
Expand on the
can't have
wide
what we
variety of
have.
experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
They're just jealous of me and my bucket. My bucket lives with me. He's my homie. He goes to bed with me. We do unspeakable things. You don't want to know what I do
Okay,
with this.
I got you something which I
Oh.
think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh, Revenue Stanley!
There. Now it's settled.
It's my
No more
bucket,
debate,
bitches.
No more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
I hate how they put the sticker on, like, in the grooves. But now it's my bucket.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker...
But how did
kind
he
of
put the
staggers.
sticker under the
Stanley
other
and the bucket
sticker?
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I want to take the bucket all the way through to the freedom ending and see what happens.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed
keep
by the
forgetting the
weight of
code.
this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I always mess it up.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all
The
along?
bucket knows all.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket is omniscient. It's as Epic says, I do as the bucket guides.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I love the
The
bucket.
bucket is here for you, Stanley.
This cheap
Everything
whiskey
will be
o'clock.
fine.
Epic? We're supposed to be playing a cooperative game in like a few minutes.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I want to take the bucket through to the end. Me and the bucket are gonna escape this joint.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I go through all this again.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
No, I didn't. I would never drop my
Everyone in the
bucket.
office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be
I
fine.
got you, bucket. I won't let anything bad happen to you, bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence
No.
as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He
Screamed
couldn't
into
accept
the bucket.
His own life in someone else's control. Never!
Force you to murder
He
the bucket. It
squeezed
better
the bucket
not.
Tighter. His one
I don't even
friend
get
in
that
the
Portal
entire
reference,
world.
but it better not
At
make
this
me murder
point,
the bucket.
He could trust no one except for the bucket.
My bucket is my only friend. I cannot lose him now. Wait, why am I going this way?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
forced
working,
murder.
all of it monitored
Oh,
and
yeah.
commanded from this very place.
My homie.
And as the
My
cold
homie, the
reality
cube.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Or
life.
bucket.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Aww. How dare.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done
Me
it.
and my bucket.
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive
What kind of
door.
liquids would you like
The
me to put in
bucket
you?
wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh,
What? Wait.
excuse
What
you.
was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Jump for it.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
My
Even
bucket.
the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
My bucket.
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with
But I
the
brought
bucket.
it home.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley
Hello,
thought to
Peter.
himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
My bucket.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Do we just die? We just slowly die in there? Where am I? Wait, what? What is this?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
My bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
What is this? These are different rooms.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
What
be.
if I stay in here? I cut off the
And
voice
here
line
it
squirrely
was.
last
Had the
time.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting
How did it go?
room?
I feel like
Yes,
it went
Stanley
good. We
thought to
sat down and
himself.
talked with
Yes,
the Crooked
perhaps
Man.
It truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Well, we sat down to talk with him, but then that's the next chapter.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
What if I just kill
Stanley
myself
took
with the
door on
bucket?
his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his
Epic,
death,
are you still here?
that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Me and my friend the bucket. Oh, Jesus. What?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new
Deep
space
sound
he
delay
felt
is gone.
safe in,
Yeah, I
that he
reinstalled
would
the
never
audio
leave it
drivers again.
in his life.
Epic, tell me when you're ready and we can switch to Battle Block. Yeah, I reinstalled the audio drivers again. I think that if the issue just keeps happening, I'll just keep reinstalling them like all the time. My bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Everything's a mess.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
Is
his
everything
chest.
just
This
messed
was
up
not
now that I
correct
have the
way to
bucket?
meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
I'm gonna
him
try
that
to go on the
employee
lift
lounge
and then
was
go
simply
off
the
to the
place
right.
be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
Here's a follow
The
then.
bucket was
Thank
wrong.
you.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the
I don't want to
meeting
go
room.
back to the meeting room. I want to go on the lift.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The
Oh.
cargo lift, yes.
I'm on the cargo
Good,
lift, but I'm gonna go
said the
that way.
bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It
Oh, I
should
didn't
have
make
alarmed
it.
him, but Stanley feared that any path he walked
I did it too
might
early.
lead
I
to the
wasn't high
separation
enough.
of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death.
I didn't mean to do
they
that.
might
I
die
meant to
in one
make
another's
it.
arms. How deeply touching.
Fuck. Oh,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
I wanted
decided
to
to
take
go
the
to
bucket
the
over
meeting
there.
room.
It still has the
Perhaps
stickers
Stanley
on it,
picked
too.
up the bucket and smiled.
Okay, let's do this
He'd
properly.
never be
Let's not
alone
die.
again, not truly alone.
I'll be more
Not
patient.
with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Don't be mean to my
Stanley
bucket.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way
Okay.
to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
I just gotta be
Stanley did not
patient.
question
Can't
why
jump
or
off too
how this
early.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think
There we
about
go.
this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Except for this. Oh,
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past
Excuse
this
you.
point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay
You're
to bring the bucket
discriminating
here?
my bucket.
Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
excuse you.
I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding
It's
of
not
what
a bucket,
is
it's my
and
friend.
isn't a bucket. Please, step in
Oh.
here for a moment.
This is dark. Leave my bucket alone.
Now then, I'm going to run you
This
through
looks like a
some
strip
test
club.
scenarios, and you'll
gonna
tell
do a
me
little
whether or
dance?
not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever
I'm
need
gonna
to
fail
know
it on
about
purpose.
what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What? Okay, see Epic on Battle Block. Once we go through this, I'll switch to Battle Block.
Item 2.
Yeah, no rush.
Yes,
I'm just
a
trying to
bucket.
get everything working.
What
Correct.
the heck?
It is a 3D
I want
printed
to fail the
recreation of a
test.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, actually, sorry. I'm getting a phone call.
What if we say yes? Do we get it right no matter
Correct. This is a bucket.
what? Oh. This.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous
You can put
machine
liquid
that
in
tills
it.
the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How is it a bucket and also not a bucket?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
You talking about my bucket? I can't get off of the stage.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort
The
it
narrator
out.
hates me.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence.
and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a
You
bucket?
can be. You can move liquids from one
Stanley,
place to another.
I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
What do you mean about
I
our
can't have that.
relationship?
I'm
It's
sorry,
just me and the
but I'm
bucket.
going to erase all buckets from the game
No!
entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
No! My bucket!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea.
Everything can hold liquid.
How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets.
There's gonna be a bunch of buckets, I'm calling
and
it.
we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Where's my bucket? There's a phone ringing?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Give me the bucket.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
What else can I do? Like this one? I know, exactly.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
What if
his
I only
chest
follow, like,
and
every
entered the
other
door on his left.
instruction? So we'll not follow this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here
We
it
just
was.
love the bucket.
Had
The bucket is my
turned
best
out to be
friend.
correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them
Ooh,
detoured
what's
through
this?
the maintenance
I haven't
section
actually done
and walked
this.
straight ahead to the opposite door.
Where am I going? I haven't done this yet.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd
Oh.
find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Where's that mannequin?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
My bucket?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel
And it's my
content.
best friend.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans
Well,
want
Sophia
from a
hid in the game, it
sequel.
really
They
is.
want more
Makes
of
you
their
feel good about
favorite
yourself.
jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans
there's a
want.
truck.
Let's do it.
There's somebody there.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who
That wee
knows
was
where it'll go off to
hilarious.
next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Requesting. Oh.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That was from the Broom Closet.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly
More
like this.
content.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give
Not my
something up.
bucket. No, this is my bucket. You cannot take my bucket away from me.
Don't you get it, Stanley?
No.
We need to get rid of the
No.
bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
No.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Nope, we're not destroying the bucket. He's my only
I
friend.
think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality
This is so
that
much
to me
machinery
it
to
already
crush a
feels
bucket.
as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Can you guess what the bucket destroyer
I
does?
can, and I'm not doing it.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Nope.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the
Nope.
bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're
Nope.
ready.
No, I can't go back. I'm not gonna do it.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the
No.
bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Not doing it.
Destroying buckets is all it
Nope.
knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
I want bucket
Okay,
merchandise.
the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure
I would
Line or the
totally buy
Bucket
merch of
Destroyer
this bucket.
until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now.
No.
The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh,
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
everyone F's in the chat for the bucket destroyer. But we keep our bucket. Bucket destroyer going to heaven. You know, all he wanted was to fulfill his purpose, and we stopped him from doing that. So really, it's our fault. But you know, F's in the chat.
All of his co-workers.
My bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled.
I love that like
Anywhere
half
we
of the
went
new
together
content is this
would be
bucket.
perfectly fine
They
with
knew
you.
everybody would like the
Stanley
bucket.
pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Oh. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. What do I do with the whiteboard ending? Dog mode. What does dog mode do?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Why is there a button to bark? Like, I know I
Still
enabled
no
dog
one was
mode,
here.
but still.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of
Stanley
these.
is a dog
Only
now.
the
Yeah, the one that said
intrinsic
whiteboard
pleasure
ending,
of
in
a
the bottom
job
right it
well
said dog
done.
mode, and I
You
clicked
can't
it.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
We got one.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why?
Oh yeah, this is the
taking that
repetitive
risk?
one. Is it going to be any
All
different with the
because he
bucket?
believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Come on, bucket.
And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly
Where's my
wrong.
bucket? Oh.
Surely no good would come
Took my
from this.
bucket.
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very
Oh, is it
odd.
going to go through like the normal ending?
Now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must
Give me
find
back
it.
my bucket.
Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley, Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
My
Could it
buckets.
truly be?
Which
He
one's
rushed forward
mine?
from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special
Give me
bucket.
back my bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Did I eat it or did it go in the other way?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
It's going to be different with the bucket?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his
My bucket was
with him.
taken away from me.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket and looked tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she
Her
thought
bucket
to
doesn't
herself,
have stickers,
"My life
though."
kicks ass," and she backflipped all the way to work.
Backflipped? Backflipped? Why did... Oh, wait. There's my bucket. How am I so blind to miss him?
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Can you imagine a world where every human needed a bucket? Dude, just imagine everyone carrying around a bucket instead of their
Stanley
hydros.
touched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't want to. I want to disrespect
This
more
was
rules.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I did all
Stanley
that.
took
I'm
the
gonna
door
go
on his
this way
left
and actually
to
go to the
back,
meeting
and so
room.
the two of them detoured through the maintenance
Then I'll go up
section
to the
and walked
boss's
straight
office.
ahead to the opposite door.
What if I try to go through the escape thing with the bucket? Oh! Trust the completionist instinct. There will be a reward for finding all of them. Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. Okay, well, we already went down. Let's go up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What about in the bathroom? I knew it. I
Another
knew
miniature
it.
Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about Mini stands, Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay, wait, I could go in here, couldn't I? Is there anything in here? It didn't let me go down the elevator before. Will it let me go down now? It just played snazzy music last time. Okay, good. Epic, are you done? If you're done, I'll try to finish up. Yeah, I think it's once again not working. Nyom. Fuck, I always forget this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
I always
chaos.
forget the code.
It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. I mess it up every time.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
I want to
Was
go through the
bucket
escape door
guiding
with the
him?
bucket and see if we can get
Yes,
crushed and
this
die
is
together.
certainly the most logical explanation.
Bucket's my best friend.
Stanley and the bucket
glad.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
We can get crushed together and be as one.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of
He
them.
will die in my arms. And yum. My bucket, homie. Bonk. I got my bucket to save me. He would never let anything bad happen to me.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out.
He is
to
not
be.
meaningless.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket
It's not a
everywhere.
waste. The bucket's my
Farewell,
homie.
Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh! My bucket!
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above
This
the
one's
rest.
my bucket.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Where'd it go? Welcome to the grand exhibit. Oh, you trying to put? Oh my goodness. Is this all just a bucket exhibit now? Look at all
Can you
them.
see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Guess the bucket got crushed, but when I fell, it was still in my arm. Not a problem, Epic. Just tell me when you're done. Where? Wait, there wasn't another door. It's all closed. Give me back my bucket. Wait, do I go upstairs? Yeah. Ha! Cave drawing. Bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
I know, my bucket is great.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hanging bucket? Oh, am I gonna fall into the hole? Oh wait, no. Okay. What?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die.
Oh.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
She should have just said, fuck you, to keep the bucket. The bucket is more important than me, to be fair, though. I mean, he is a much better being than I am. I don't know what it means when I'm in this
All
blue
of his
one.
co-workers were gone. What could it
But the
mean?
bucket got smooshed too.
Stanley decided to go
But we
to
don't
the
know. We didn't see it.
the embrace of an old
I
friend.
know, R.I.P. Stanley
a
again.
weathered companionship that stands the
Epic, are
test
you done?
of time.
I don't want to continue on if Epic's done, because this can be a stopping point. Because we're supposed to be switching. Keep going, Kate. We're supposed to be switching to Battle Block Theater pretty soon.
Stanley
What else can
clutched
I
the
do?
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We'll go this way for now. This is still about these. We'll explain soon. Okay. We did the broom closet. We went down. We've gone up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What is it again? 2487?
Stepping into his manager's
485?
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm just gonna go through the endings with the bucket, because it changed them all with the bucket. Oh wait, no, there's a figurine! No! No! What if I go and I turn it on, and it like triggers that nuke countdown and see what I can do?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I've gotten 3 of the 11 achievements.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket.
Who
in
is
shock.
employee number 1?
Everyone
And why
in
is
the
that one
office
above
was
it
being
not labeled?
videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring
bucket.
it that everything would be fine.
It's okay, Bucket. I'd never let anything happen to you.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Let me in.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Beagle.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
My
he
bucket.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
My only fan.
But here was the proof. The
Okay,
heart
so
of
we're
the
gonna go turn it
operation.
on
Controls labeled with
and
emotions.
see what changes with the
happy,
button.
Or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the
bucket
button
touched
to turn
it. I
on
did
the
it.
controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for
It's
itself?
not starting a nuke?
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to
I
throw the
wasn't.
bucket away in disgust.
Still my
When
homie.
suddenly, an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh!
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of
that really
all
so
the
bad,
possible
though?
paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Yes, he is. He gets to see silly birds and live forever with his old best friend. So it's like with the bucket, you don't start the nuke. Epic, do I keep going?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Figurine
Perhaps he had
Finders
simply missed a
Committee
memo.
meeting today. I know where one is.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those. Stanley clutched the bucket
No.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Figurine Finders. Oh. So this number 4 is for when you're like denying, when you're like failing all of the, like not doing what he wants you to do. A large room with lots of boxes, and then nearby a fireplace. I know where that is. So we know where 5 is, and I think I know where 4 is. We don't know where 2 is. We're getting there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
What was it? I just did
Crushed
it.
by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
I
now,
just did
in
this.
his
Why do I
darkest
already
of
forget
hours,
it?
Did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos? It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he
There we
could
go.
Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
I'm
the
really
bucket
bad with
guiding
remembering
him?
numbers. I also hit the shit out of my head
This is
yesterday, and I've had a
certainly
headache
the
ever
most logical
since.
explanation.
Give me that.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and figures. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I don't think there's anything else that I can do this way. So I went through with the bucket, and I went through escape, I went through off and on. Yeah, I think that's all I can do, so I'm gonna Begin again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
And we're gonna fail every option because I think that brings you to the red and blue.
Room.
Not everyone is so lucky to
I hope
have
your
a
head is
bucket,
okay. It
but
happens.
Stanley is a very
I've had a
lucky
lot of
fellow.
concussions because I was a
Very
soccer
lucky
goalie. And so like
Stanley
head
clutched
injuries,
the
anytime I
bucket
hit my
tightly
head,
to
it
his
just
chest.
hurts
This was
a lot
not
more
the
than
correct way to the
normal.
meeting room.
So
Stanley
I've
had
had
felt the
5
bucket
confirmed
calling to him,
concussions, and then
telling
I'm
him
pretty
that
sure
the
I've had 2
employee
after
lounge
that.
was simply the
But
place to
I
be.
don't like doctors, so I
And
don't go
here it
there.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never
But it
mind.
happens.
The bucket was wrong.
I gave myself a concussion.
Stanley
At least
took the door on
I'm
his
like
left to go
99%
back
sure
to
it
the
was a
meeting
concussion.
room.
I just didn't go to a doctor to have it confirmed.
No.
At work
Said the
like
bucket.
3 months
Don't go to
ago.
the meeting room.
My boss
Go
was like
somewhere
so
else.
worried.
The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not
I
question
gotta
why or
gotta
how this
deny
bucket was
everything that he
speaking to
tells
him.
me to do.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't
That brings
talk.
me to the red
But
and the
Stanley
blue.
chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had
I
spoken
look
to
like a
him,
soccer
and he
player.
unthinkingly did whatever
Yeah, I
the
was a
bucket
varsity
asked.
goalie, and like 3 different colleges wanted me,
No,
but I
stop.
got foot surgery
Look there on
instead.
the wall, you
Oh
see?
fuck, I
There's a
forgot
sign
about
right
this.
There. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was
I
okay
forgot
to
that this
bring
was
the
this
bucket
way.
here?
I need to do it
Unless-
without the bucket. I'm sorry, Bucket, I have to get the figurine.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not
Gotta
the
go
correct
fast.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I played
Perhaps he
softball
wanted to
for
stop
10
by the
years, and I
employee
played
lounge
soccer
first,
for
just to
9
admire
years. So, I did a lot of
It was
sports.
okay.
I also did 1 year of gymnastics, but I was way
But
too
eager
tall,
to get
so
back to
they didn't
business,
let me.
Stanley took the first open
Well, I
door
did
on
it,
his
but like it
left.
was like I couldn't do any of like the actual things because I was 5'10", so you have to be
Stanley
small
was
to be a
so bad at
gymnast.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Nyum.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
the sign still there,
consideration
even
for
without the
others?
bucket?
Are you that convinced that I want something
It
bad to
does.
happen to you? Why? I don't
Are
know
you watching
how to
this year's World
convince you
Cup?
of this,
So,
but
I don't
really
tend to
do
watch
want
a lot
help
of
you,
soccer.
to show you something
Soccer,
beautiful.
just because
Look,
like
let me prove it.
I have a very
prove
short
it.
attention
You're
span.
getting close now, Stanley.
The only team
You've
that I like to
nearly
watch
gotten
is the
all
U.S.
the
women's
figure and
national
the
team, and
reels.
even then I
Very
don't watch
soon,
them very
you'll
much.
collect the last one, and then the first number will
I was never
equal
big on
the
watching
second number,
sports.
and
The only
that
sport
will
I
be
watch is
it.
F1.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all.
No, we
you
need one
can't
more.
go back to when you had no figure-anorines.
Figure-anorines.
None of us can.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked...
Okay, wait. Now I don't know where to find the last one. It said it was somewhere with a lot of boxes. Where is there a lot of boxes? Okay, wait, so the second figurine is inside the cargo room, which needs to be grabbed walking off the left of the cargo lift and carefully walking along some planks. Okay, I can do this.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
I did turn it all the way up. Okay, I know where to get this last one. I want to see what happens if I actually do collect all the figurines.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
I don't know if this counts as experience.
But
I mean,
eager
it's
to get
some.
back to business, Stanley took the first
Just not like
open
real
door
game
on his left.
experience, which isn't a big deal. I mean, not about a like guard it being like,
Stanley
no,
was so
no, you
bad
still
at
can
following
be.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Okay,
years
so it
ago.
says that I have to go off into that left. So how do I get
Look,
over
Stanley,
there?
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Said I had to go on
I'm
the
not
cargo
your enemy,
lift, so
really,
let's
I'm
see.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
No.
There's someone
Okay,
here,
bye.
but it is eager.
I think I have to do it before that. I saw the figurine. I just have to get over to it. That phone ringing again. Is it the same message?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Why did she call desk 434 when I am employee 427? Also, what happened to my wife when I had the bucket ending when I brought the bucket home with me?
When Stanley came to a set
Voice
of
message,
two
don't
open
trust
doors,
it,
this
true.
was not the correct way
I was
to the
told to
meeting
never
room,
trust
and
a
Stanley
recorded
knew
message.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nyum.
It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I want to get that figurine.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
So can I
it's
just climb
incredible he
this?
wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, I can. Okay. It said to go on the cargo lift. What's in that vent? I want to check the vent next.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real
We did
accomplishment.
it!
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
The meeting room said that there was a reward. Damn, no reward though. It did keep saying that there was no reward, but the meeting room said that there was a reward, so I want to see. Oh, it's this way. Oh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path.
What is all
That it
this?
seemed the office had begun
Narrator dialogue.
That it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun
Shut up.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Now I've become
Now I've
sad.
become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay. Okay, I want to get to the meeting room and see what's in the meeting room since it said that there had to be a reward. Wait a minute. This is
Stanley,
not.
I'm sorry,
This is still an
but I
ending.
have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
Yes.
life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to
here.
revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. I did it! Does it just have all of my... Oh, are they down here? Does it have all my collectibles? Ooh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Because it
We were
said
so
it.
innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Give me it. 7 out of 6. that noise? Oh wait, the other
And
one was
here
here.
was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your
What's up,
third
bitches?
mini
Okay, wait 1
stand?
second. I
Do
have
you
to finish this
remember?
ending.
No, you're good. I'm like currently watching the very delayed view on the other window.
Okay, wait. I think it was in the boss's bathroom is where we got the third one.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the
But there's
third
no
one.
text.
You picked it up, and then after that...
Well, you do
had
that,
all
I'm gonna
of them.
listen to the
I'm glad these
absolute
moments are so
bop
crystal
that is the
clear in your
soundtrack.
memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing
I think that is
anything.
super false, Mr. Narrator. I forget any of the times I do anything. Doesn't matter if it's the third.
Oh, yeah, I want to point out the part where the
yes,
the game
another
did
figure
very
was
much tell me we recommend a controller to
Yeah.
play.
I remember being in this room, but it's
I will point out I do not
I
own a
know,
controller.
You'll make it work. Okay,
Okay.
shh, while I finish the ending.
Okay.
10 out of 6. And then this one with the red and the blue.
This was
It
the
was over
5th mini
here.
stand, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so
From
clearly.
me not listening to
In
you.
fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
His mic is
Enjoy.
louder than the game here. I'll turn him down a little bit. Why is it so low res in this cutscene that they gave me? Best boy, the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that
He
video,
did make a
but
YouTube
it was
video.
8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything
It
else.
took him only 8 minutes. This is intimidating. I'm walking on air.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind
It's
works?
cool that it does it in the
All I
order that
know
you
is
found
this
them
is the
rather than in
moment
the
where
order
you
that
picked up a
they're
figure, and I
listed.
thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Nyum. You are in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
No. No.
Okay, yes, this spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want
How
more.
much do I have to do this? Do I have to watch the YouTube video again? It's this way.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video
Yes,
we
please don't
watched?
make me watch it again. No!
Yes, I love that video.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still
Yeah.
no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I know, I thought we had to rewatch the entire thing too. I was like, oh hell no.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Yeah.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh no, the jump circle. The original jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm...
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Right. Nope, it doesn't change anything. My desk. This is super not the right
And before
order.
everything else, there was your office.
And what now?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your
No.
office? There's something I
also
feel
can
I
walk
can
through the
remember.
chair.
I can remember.
Oh!
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction.
Hey, Destiny,
But
what do you own for
I
a
suppose it's
controller?
grown old.
Xbox controller?
I want to think for myself again.
Oh, just
I
like a
want to
generic
get back
Xbox
to how
controller?
it used to be.
I don't know.
Yes.
At some point, I think
I
I
can be
might
on
buy
my
one.
own again.
A number of
I
times
can
I've been like,
do
well,
it.
I don't own
I'll be
it.
stronger this time. I'll take care of myself.
Well, I
don't
say
need
that.
Stanley
There's
anymore.
very little I've gone to
Oh,
play that's
but it
needed.
truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone,
about one more
how
good
about
memory?
one more
My
good
bucket!
memory? Let's go back just
Oh.
once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. That's the stopping point. We are going to be switching to Battle Block Theater, a little co-op game that I am in love with ever since I was, like, young. I used to play with one of my friends. I don't remember when the game came out, though.